Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 121.
121.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by Theme Park Connection in Orlando, Florida.
That's right. And they're just coming back from California with some new goods this week. We'll have to get over there.
We will. I have a Costco run to make, so we'll stop there on the way.
Always a good excuse.
And PixieVacations.com.
We had a great time with them yesterday.
We did, and we'll talk all about that, I think, next week, right?
Right. And the scavenger hunt and all the fun at their event.
Right, and this is a great time to think about Christmas as far as booking for Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise. Definitely book with them.
Also, Maple Leaf Tickets, our official ticket agency, the best deals on tickets in town. Check them out. We have a big show today, but we're going to start off at the Magic Kingdom. We finally made it back to the Magic Kingdom after our long trip to Europe.
Well, a 2-week trip to Europe, but it'd been almost a month since we had gone to the Magic Kingdom.
Right, and it was beautiful. It was a gorgeous day, and we almost got to ride one of these.
Jeff was so excited to see that out. We stayed in one place for like 15 minutes to wait for it to come back, and then it went back.
Yeah, that's not the best timing.
Next time
and
we
it
have
was
to go.
9:30. The park opened at 9, and 9:30 the vehicle was done.
Right, so we have to get there for 9 next time.
Right, but the horse-drawn carriage was still out.
But we didn't ride it. We decided we had already waited long enough.
It's usually quicker to walk, and we were originally in a big hurry until that I got distracted by the Main Street car, which I never see. But the reason we were sort of in a hurry is we were on our way to the new Haunted Mansion shop that had opened while we were away.
Memento Mori.
That's right, Memento Mori. And it's not the first time they had a dedicated Haunted Mansion shop. Years ago, they had one sort of to the left by the old keelboat dock that would open up and sell, do you remember I think they're Randati, the skulls and the...
Well, you have one of the items in front of us right now.
That's right. It says, "Here lies Jeff. Please do not disturb. Haunted Mansion 1971. So that's a very old collectible. But
this is a much larger store.
Much larger store. And all this stuff was created especially for the Haunted Mansion. And boy, oh boy, if they had these things when I was a kid, I would be very, very poor. I'll be very poor now as an adult. There's so many items in here. Amazing stuff.
Well, I hadn't even looked at all the items ahead of time. You know, the store was the first time I had seen all of this. And I was surprised how much new merchandise they brought in. There was a few things I'd seen before, but most of it I have not.
Even food items like these cookies. We've had these sugar cookies before, but now they're, gravestones. This is really cool.
I don't know if I want to eat gray cookies. Like, gray does not usually mean delicious.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
Or Haunted Mansion cotton candy. Like, what does the Haunted Mansion taste like? Do we want to know? Maybe not. But there's some nice tableware. We can get these nice plates.
I said probably not on the plates because I saw how much
like
they cost.
You don't like the fine look of these plates? Master Gracie?
Not really. I want Mickey Mouse on my plate if I'm going to have Disney.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Well, I just think it's some great stuff.
There is a lot of really fun stuff here.
And this coffee mug comes with a surprise on the inside.
Hurry back. And I know Jeff will end up buying that.
Yeah, that's true. I always like to drink. I'm drinking my coffee as we record with a Ratatouille mug, so I always try to theme the mug to whatever we're doing.
And then we had the Madame Leota, I believe, towels. And there's little effects in the store.
Right, like look at this changing portrait. It sort of turns black light, and now you can see that she's holding the skull. And lots of interesting things that actually happen in the store.
And I know Jeff wants those bookends.
I love those. Those are tremendous. Let's see what else we have here. Rest in peace. Nice pillow.
Nice pillow, yes.
And this is pretty cool. It shows you the outline of the Haunted Mansion, like a schematic almost.
And I know you want possibly to have
Mansion
bats in your drink.
In my belfry.
Yes.
And I think these are napkins with the stretching portraits.
It's like a towel or a napkin or something. It's not
a lot of absorbency.
There's no absorbency, so I don't know what it is. I probably wouldn't buy it because I'm not putting my hands all over it.
It would sort of be a display napkin. Like,
right.
If you're having your Haunted Mansion meal, you
like
put
you
that
wouldn't
out.
use
But
it.
like if you're having spaghetti, you're not going to wipe your face with that.
No.
It's just going to move the spaghetti around.
And there is, I actually like that shirt quite a bit, the Haunted Mansion shirt.
Yeah, we're going fast. If you want to see this in a much slower space with some slower pace, with some spooky music, we'll link to the video. We hold the pictures longer.
And that I used to have one of these hearses. I know that I had this before.
We have it. The
do
die
we
cast.
still have
we have
it?
them in the
Okay.
house. We bought that 4 or 5 years ago when they first came out.
And then you have the Welcome Foolish Mortals. That's something you could put on the wall.
A lot of wallpaper design. I like that they went with that.
I wish that there were
Oh, look at the
there's a
scared dog, the shaky dog from the Crypt Keeper there.
I wish there were more shops in the Magic Kingdom and at Walt Disney World in general that were specific. Like Space Mountain should have all Space Mountain merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
At least that's what I think.
This is Universal quality. When you go to Universal or Islands of Adventure, you come out, or Harry Potter, there's whole shops for Harry Potter.
Right.
And it's great now. Oh, the changing mirror is really cool. Like you can look there to try something on, and all of a sudden you see Madame Leota's head.
And this is, let's see, $20 for a personalized portrait. So we should try that sometime.
Yeah, we have a
too.
friend who did that, and they you could see your face change. It's
I
sort
don't know
of
if
like
that's good or not.
lenticular looking. I would do it, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to see.
For $20, that's not bad.
It's not a bad deal. Oh, here's the another bookend shot.
And then Madame Leota, there's like artwork here.
Yeah, this is sort of the high-end merchandise section. I mean, not overly expensive, but, collectibles.
Right. And that's in one wall of the shop. There is one wall, though, that's hard to get to because it's right next to the register, and they're always so busy over there. And so I wish they'd move that stuff out.
Yeah, the Disney Parks blog put out some really nice T-shirts, those limited edition T-shirts, and I think I bought 5 different Haunted Mansion shirts. But now there's many more I want, but I already spent my money
at the Disney.
I have to wait.
The Disney store.
But there's a lot. We haven't gotten to my favorite one, but there's some really nice T-shirts and shirts here.
And these are the new busts at the Haunted Mansion from the last couple of years.
From the new queue. Mm-hmm. The extended queue. Okay, so here comes the shirts I was talking about before. This is nice. The Ghost Host, they have a men and a women version. And, of course, they have the magic bands. Although they should be purple, in my opinion.
This is my favorite
This is my
shirt.
favorite shirt. It is pretty much unique to Walt Disney World, I think, this changing skeleton. I don't believe he is in the other Haunted Mansions.
I don't think that I would particularly wear this one, I think, for you, but I think it's a fun, really interesting shirt. But you mentioned Phantom Manor, that there is nothing here from Phantom Manor.
Nothing at all of Phantom Manor. And there are Disneyland items, and there are anniversary items, but no Phantom Manor. Although that hat there could easily be redressed as a Phantom Manor hat. Looks like something the cast members would wear out there.
And I think during like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, you'll see a lot of people buying shirts. There's already lines sometimes to get into the store, but during times when people might want to dress up, guests might want to dress up a little bit, I think they'll come here.
What do you think the next themed shop should be in the Magic Kingdom? This was very, very much a no-brainer.
I would like to see Space Mountain. I would like to see a whole store for Space Mountain because I think there's so much that they could do with that with space and with, just... I like the Space Mountain shirts probably more than almost any of the other ones, and I'd like to see an expanded store.
Right. Well, it's good. At least they have a good start with this. I know we will be buying many items, that's for sure.
Well, I know you will be buying a lot. I'll probably buy a couple little things. I bought a postcard for a friend, $2. That's how much I've spent there so far, but I'm sure that you will be buying much more than that.
So it was really fun. I'm glad we went to Memento Mori. On the way out, we found a new popcorn bucket that found its way home with us as well.
And I believe this started at Disneyland a few weeks ago, and then now it's here at Walt Disney World, the Zero Ghost Dog popcorn bucket, which I think is fantastic. I really wanted it once we saw it.
Well, it's a great deal. $13.50 filled with delicious hot popcorn. Can't go wrong.
And it lights up. His nose lights up.
Yeah, see, we demonstrate that on the display model there.
So we did. That's, I love the really different popcorn buckets. The regular ones I don't care as much about, but that is a lot of fun.
And I should say the Hatbox Ghost has changed since last year's model. This one glows in the dark. Last year's did not glow in the dark, so we have to maybe get a new one of those.
And we are crossing the pond.
Crossing the pond. Now we're at Disneyland Paris, at Walt Disney Studios. In Disneyland Paris, the resort, we're going to talk about Ratatouille. That was our number one vote getter to talk about the new Ratatouille ride, so we're going to start off with that and then talk about Bistrot Chez Remy, where we dined.
Right, so it's this whole area is part of Toon Studios, which I didn't realize that this land was called that until today.
Yeah, we just called it the Ratatouille area. Let's go to the Ratatouille section.
Right, because it's so different than anything else. It's such high quality.
Well, you're right. You're in France, outside of Paris, and now you have this land that looks like a little mini Paris, and it really does, because I finally went to the real Paris, and this is really good. I guess it's not too hard when you're there.
And it looks a little like Epcot, too. I mean, if you're in Epcot, it reminds me of that as well.
It looks like something that could be in the France Pavilion, perhaps. Well, we'll talk
Exactly.
more
Yes,
about that
Epcot.
later on. But, and we are very lucky. Look at this, 5-minute wait and 0-minute wait for single rider. That queue, by the way, was not always empty. We came on a Saturday and it was
Packed. And even the Fast Pass line was huge that day.
So we chose wisely to do our recording on this day.
Right, and we did not only the recording, but it was just nice to be able to go on several times in a row within about an hour time period. And they have the single rider line, which sometimes was like just a couple minutes.
Right. Even when
Sometimes
there
no
were
minutes.
multiple hour waits that Saturday, we were able to go on single rider within 10, 15 minutes at the absolute worst. So this is the queue, by the way, and it's Gusteau who's sort of setting up. He says, nobody cooks like Chef Remy. You will be dining with Chef Remy. That's what he's telling you.
I really enjoyed this segment of the queue, but I also want to say Crush's Coaster always had about the same wait for single rider and the regular queue. I have no idea why this one it'd be like an hour or 5 minutes. It was.
You're right.
I
That's
don't
very
understand.
true.
Maybe.
I know why, because the Crush's Coaster sat 2 and 2, and this seats 3 and 3.
I didn't realize
so
that.
it's an odd number on each rat.
I loved Crush's Coaster so much. Like I wish we got a chance to ride it more, but that is the longest line in the park.
Right. And now this was indoors. It was delightful. You hear all this commotion in the background as what you'd normally hear at night in France when you're going out to eat.
Is that what you hear, commotion all the time?
Well, you hear talking and people,
Okay.
I shouldn't say commotion, but there's just background stuff. And these are so cute, these Ratmobiles. I was very lucky to have my own Ratmobile. I made friends with one of the cast members there, and he gave me my own rat so I can get a great recording of the ride.
And when you go on this attraction, and actually when you go into the restaurant as well, you're shrunk down, they say that
To
you're
the size of Remy.
Right.
Right. And you're meeting Chef Gusteau here, who sort of sets up the attraction. And I should say this is a trackless ride similar to Mystic Manor they
Or
have in Hong Kong
Pooh's
Disney,
Honey
or
Hunt.
Who's Honey Hunt in Tokyo, which we haven't been on that one. But they also have 3D. You're wearing 3D glasses. There is smell involved. Whenever you see food or you go into a kitchen, you smell really good smells of good food. The absolute opposite of Stitch, where you smell that
Yeah.
foul
I don't
chili dog.
like Stitch
That
very
is
much.
totally the opposite of that. This makes you hungry, and it's again we'll talk about it, but it sort of has that 3D effect going on right now.
And I think Ratatouille is probably my favorite of the Pixar movies, in part because I love France. Like I'm a big fan of Paris, and it's really fun to get to kind of live, Remy's adventures here.
Right, and again, you are the size of Remy, and he's sort of having some troubles with the chef there. Now you're going through this area with real props, and you see his friend up here.
And you're going through, I think, like a refrigerator area.
Correct, you're in a refrigerator area.
With like large food, like you can see there a big bell pepper.
And there's a big fish. See the fish head right there? And there's another rat. And the music is sort of like slinkling music. I just made that word up. But
Slinking along, I don't know. I just know that it's really seamless. And it's... What are you
I was showing you Remy's friend eating. He's always eating. What's his name again?
Emile.
Oh, right, Emile.
I
Emile
love
is always
Emile.
eating.
I wish we brought home, like they have big stuffed animals. Of
We ran out.
Remy
Our
and
suitcase
Emile.
was packed.
I
We
know
had to buy a new suitcase.
We had to buy another one. So, but anyway, I think that the way the attraction is done is very seamless. It really was a very comfortable ride, and even when you get to the end.
Now, you can see you're underneath a oven, and there's flames. There's sort of a fire, but they turn up the flames, and there you go. There's the fire, and it gets hot, so you have that effect. All your senses are being triggered in this ride. It's really great. And when you come into the restaurant, now you smell some nice food again.
Right, and they say it's like a 3D and 4D attraction in part because of all the smells and the heat and all that.
Right. So, I think it's fantastic. I would love to see something like this at Walt Disney World. Not necessarily at the France Pavilion, because I think they would take the movie out, and I love that movie.
Right. It's not that it wouldn't fit there. It would fit there better than I think in the Norway attraction that's being changed. But I think that if you brought it to Disney's Hollywood Studios, it would be better because there'd be a lot more room for it.
Right. And we know there's something big going on at Hollywood Studios. We're not really sure what, but boy, oh boy, it would be great to have something like this there. I don't expect it to go there, but I would not complain. It would be wonderful to be able to go on this anytime.
I totally agree with that.
So we're about to come to the ending of the ride here, and they're all going to be waving goodbye pretty soon. But no, I would say I'd give it a big thumbs up. Big thumbs up for me.
I would give it a big thumbs up too. It wasn't a lot different than I expected, but it was nice that we were able to go on it over and over again. Just to, I always saw something a little different each time that we rode.
Right.
Oh, I didn't like this part. I always close my eyes for the cork.
And
close it now.
The cork, when they open the cork, you actually get the water spritz and the wind. So again, many different senses are being.
Well, like in PhilharMagic, I won't watch the bottle cork there.
Well, you found out where it squirts you, and you cover it with your foot. Well, I do that sometimes.
I close my eyes.
Oh, okay. I thought you covered the spritz.
No, I don't care about the spritz. I just don't like I don't want to feel like a bottle cork's coming at me.
Well, I guess you don't like that part of the ride, do you?
No, I don't. I just close my eyes for it. It's fine.
Now, what I think is brilliant, extra brilliant about this attraction is it ends up, you get off here, and there is Chez Remy. So when you get off your rat, you look to your right, and you see all these people dining in this beautiful themed restaurant.
And then you make your reservation.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, you smell the food, and you're brought back to the size of a human, and you want to go in there and dine. And I think that's what we did another day.
Right. It almost brings you into the restaurant. Not quite. Instead of a gift shop, which actually they're about to open the gift shop now. They haven't had one yet.
But this is the first ride, I think, that you end kind of coming into a restaurant. I mean, it's a big promotion for that restaurant. And let me tell you, it was worth it to go there. I enjoyed it. We're going to talk about that now. Chez Remy, or Bistrot Chez Remy.
And this was one of our favorite experiences. We had 3 table service restaurant experiences at Disneyland Paris.
This was the first we did.
Right, and all of them were excellent.
So when you check in, you see all the awards that Chef Remy has won.
And he has won many.
He has won many. I believe he wins the Golden Fork Award or the Golden Spoon, something like that.
Which is good because he's cooking for us. I want good food.
That's right. That's right. So tell us a little bit about the menu.
Well, the menu is actually very small, and I know that's been the biggest complaint about it. There's only three items, 3 entrees, and we had the steak. Both of us had the steak. They also have a vegetarian option, and I believe the other is cod. And that's it. So it would be nice if they added at least a couple more items, maybe a chicken dish and a pork dish. I don't know what would be very popular here, but
I guess it was, by the way, the golden fork, because I just saw the golden. So as you get to this area, your server or your host tells you you're being shrunk down to the size of Remy, and I believe that's what some of this is saying too. I can't really read this. I know Bon Appetit.
Yes, I could read some of it, but it's a little too fast for me right now. But in the waiting room, you are your regular size, and then here you're now making your way and being shrunk.
Now talk about details. You have so many details. Even the seats are made out of bottle caps, and there's cork. See, the kid has.
I like those cork, and it's real. It's like
it's made out of cork. Yeah. It feels like cork.
So you could just sit there, and now we should have maybe taken a few more photos. But it really is fun just to walk around and see everything in the restaurant.
Oh yeah, so much detail. It's just amazing. And you have the plates, the giant size plates and forks, and it's just I found the theming to be wonderful. There's a serving platter up
I'm
on the
just
wall.
glad my steak came out regular size, not like giant size.
It kind of was giant size.
It was pretty big.
We can talk about the portion sizes coming up when we get into the food itself.
Right, along with the prices and such too.
Right.
And I think there's 2 or 3 dining rooms actually. I don't know how many, but they all seem a little different.
Right, and this is the main area that you can see from the ride. As we just went around the corner, you saw the people exiting their rats.
And then you see the rat.
That's right. You see the big rat.
And then you say,
right
I'm
here.
so hungry. I see a rat. I'm starving.
That's right. That's very odd, isn't it? Well, we have a little time. We're looking at the details. Why don't you tell us about the pricing?
Well, the Remy menu, so the way they do it, I think you can get food a la carte, but it's almost always better to get what they call a menu. It ends up being a little less expensive, but 1 starter, 1 main was 30 euros. And you're thinking about a third of the price. Let's say it's $30, and then it would be about $40. Plus, we got 10% off.
With the annual passes.
Right. So, I had beef, and we'll see that, and the salad for about $40 minus the 10%. And then the meal menu is what you got, was the starter, the main, the dessert and the drink for 40 euros.
And it worked out because the portion sizes were very large, which we'll see, and we were able to share the dessert.
Our price, including discount, and plus we got 2 free welcome drinks.
Aperitifs. Not Beverly.
No alcohol as part of our annual pass, ended up being about $86 our meal altogether.
Right, and we're going to have a little sneak preview of the desserts here, by the way.
They have like 7 different kinds of desserts and 3 entrees, so I think they need to up the entrees and
to match the dessert.
At least to match the dessert amount. Yeah.
And again, I will link to the full video if you want to see more of the restaurant. But the most important part, we've been waiting all this time, is the food.
Right, and that didn't disappoint. Again, I thought too few entrees, but overall, very good experience. Very
good. Everything I had was fantastic, and it started off with the complimentary aperitif here.
Right, we got that because we are the Disney
Dream Pass holders.
Right, and that's the most expensive one. But again, the price of a 4-day park ticket.
Also included a salad. This salad was great, but it was sort of outdone at Walt's, and that'll be another show.
Yes.
We'll talk about that. And do you remember what was in this one?
Well, I know it's an olive oil, balsamic, and sesame vinaigrette.
Oh, and let's not forget about these nice rolls.
I know. Well,
we always love the bread.
I love French bread, yes. And then we had, it's a cut of grilled beef. I don't know what the cut is. There was a lot of rump steak, so I don't know, maybe it was rump
picanha.
steak. Picanha.
It was very flavorful, actually.
And then with the pommes frites.
Pommes frites. I know you called them French fries before.
They
but
are
in
French
France,
fries.
they're just fries.
Yes. And then ratatouille, which I thought was actually
homemade ratatouille.
Homemade ratatouille. And this, I think we each brought our
yes,
little
we
Goofy
had a
home.
little bonus Goofy stuck into the pommes frites there.
I wish we had, well, I think it wasn't into this, well, for the steak.
Right.
But I don't know why we don't have those in America.
I don't
think
know
we have
either.
anything like that.
But again, I loved everything. It was very flavorful. Enjoyed the ratatouille and dessert. This was an odd choice, though. Tiramisu.
Right. That would be an Italian dessert. So it would have been nice to have more French choices, like maybe a macaron or, kind of like going to Epcot, France Pavilion.
But I have to say, fantastic tiramisu, although I don't believe I ever got any of that cookie. I think it disappeared before I could get to it.
I thought I shared it with you.
I don't know about
You
it.
told me there that I didn't, but I thought I did.
I don't remember that.
But they had chocolate mousse and certainly quite a few options, so you weren't going... there was something for everyone here.
We were quite full, actually. I never had dinner that night.
Not as full as Walt's, though,
Oh,
because
boy.
they started us with a chicken Caesar salad, which was like chicken before my beef,
Right.
which was
We're getting
nuts.
ahead of in another
Yes.
show, we'll talk all about Walt. And Walt was the second of these sit-down meals we did. But back to Remy, great detail. Love the details.
Right, and again, I like sitting on the cork. It was really fun.
And look at how cute for
I
the
know.
babies.
I thought that was so cute.
Yeah, so we're going to take a look into the room that we didn't show in the video. We have a longer video that shows the entire restaurant, including this room outside, and there is one of the golden forks that Mr. Remy got.
And there is a salt shaker with it looks like plants in it.
So this is the outside room, sort of. You're sitting, looking out, and it's very beautiful with the wine glass and everything. I like that room.
And the Chateau Ego.
Chateau Ego, 2014, the year it opened.
And I would have liked to have sat in here in some ways because it's nice to have the outside.
Right. It would have been a more relaxing experience during the day, certainly, but I can't complain. I had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Loved Chez Remy. Highly recommend it. I would go back next time we were at Disneyland Paris.
Absolutely. Everything that we did, I would do again.
Very good. And the fine dining tradition continues. We're now back in America at Krispy Kreme Donuts.
Well, it's a big segue here.
It is a very big segue, but it was tremendous. We had
had a lot-
Ghostbusters donuts.
We had a lot of fun here. We don't go to Krispy Kreme too often. We don't try to eat donuts on too regular of a basis, but these Krispy Kreme donuts with the marshmallow filling are very good.
Well, it was very nice. We were invited to this event where we were able to make our own Ghostbuster donuts. I think you're going to demonstrate that process.
I don't want to say make our own, but we were able to decorate
our own. Yes.
And there is a Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man,
of course.
and we got to go into the kitchen and kind of see how the donuts were made. And I was surprised how many donuts were being made. I mean, they were selling them like hotcakes.
Well, they were selling them like donuts. Yes, hot donut, and they
like,
were
look
wonderful.
how many! It's crazy. And
this is your favorite part here, where they get creamed.
Right. This was my favorite part because you could kind of see how they're frosted.
Oh boy, that looks so good.
It really does.
Health food. Didn't we decide we had to be careful with these things?
Yes, but Krispy Kreme actually are my favorite donuts, so it was nice to kind of get back and enjoy them, and to try something a little new with the Ghostbusters.
Now, these are available for a limited time only, I believe.
Right, at participating stores. So we're in the Orlando market, but I think all over the country.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man right there. And the Ghostbusters Ghost. I think you're going to make the Ghostbusters Ghost.
Yes. Well, we're decorating.
Decorate.
Because look, the donut's already made.
And this was very high-level decorations right here. You took much schooling to get this correct.
I actually did okay. It was hard to really squeeze that bottle as much as I thought.
I think you were the end of the line. I think you were at the very end.
Oh, that's probably why there's not as much as earlier.
Stuff in there. And here's the most difficult part as you
that was hard.
Donut.
But we're both big fans of the franchise, of the movie Ghostbusters,
of course,
the original.
yes.
Now it's like a franchise because you're going to have another movie, I believe, coming out.
I missed the attraction they had at Universal years ago. It was a lot of fun.
And there is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and the Ghostbusters logo.
And we want to thank Krispy Kreme for inviting us out. We enjoyed that, and we enjoyed way too many donuts.
we ate a lot of donuts, I think.
Quick segue. Power Rangers at Nick Hotel.
This was their 4th Power Rangers weekend, and this was the first time ever that the cast from Power Rangers Super Megaforce was here.
Mm-hmm. It was very exciting.
Right, and really the Nick Hotel has been doing all kinds of weekends. We interviewed the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle original.
The Turtles. That was great.
They were so much fun, the original voices, but this time it was the Power Rangers, and we're going to be seeing our interview with them.
All right, so here we go. This is the current cast of Power Rangers Super Megaforce.
And can you introduce yourselves and tell us also your character?
Sure, of course. Hello, everybody. My name is Azim Risk. I play Jake Halling, the Black and Green Ranger.
Hi, I'm Christina Masterson, and I play Emma Goodall, the Pink Ranger.
Hello, my name is Andrew Gray, and I play Troy, the Red Ranger.
Hey, I'm Cameron Gibo. I play Orion, the Silver Ranger.
Hi, I'm Sierra Hanna, and I play the Yellow Ranger.
Hi, sorry.
I play Gia.
Hi, my name is John Mark Loudermilk. I play Noah Carver, the Blue Ranger.
And you all were very young when the Power Rangers would have debuted just over 20 years ago. What is it like bringing the franchise to new fans?
Really
it's wild. The fan base just grows every year, and I think, because they're so loyal to the whole franchise and the Power Ranger name, they're so excited and super welcoming to each new cast, and so it's an honor and it's wild. It's been a wild ride.
There's always new kids to watch the show, and there's always new kids falling in love with the show. And it doesn't matter how old we get. There's always new kids enjoying the franchise with us. So we're happy to bring it to them as well.
What age kids do you find come up to you the most often?
Between like 4 and 8.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Good demographic.
And how much of your own stunts do you do? I know you don't do all of them, but you do some.
We do get to do some.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the percentage.
50%.
Yeah, we did whatever was safe and whatever they allowed us to do, pretty much.
They don't want to risk us getting hurt at all.
Happened before.
Because it's happened before. So we have a few fights, a few civilian fights, and Azim actually is a really skilled free runner and parkour artist.
A lot of fun.
He had tons of fun, some great shots of him.
We got to do one episode where my stunty and I just got to go back and forth. I'd ask him, "Hey, can you do this?" And he'd go, "Yeah, okay, I'll do this. Can you do this?" "Yeah, cool, I'll do that." And then we'd go, I'd run up a wall and then he'd flip off of it. And you can't tell who's who.
Were you all into martial arts or anything before the show?
A lot of us were, I think.
Not really, no. I wasn't.
No, not me.
No boxing and Muay Thai and wrestling, but no stage combat, no karate, no taekwondo. So those are new experiences.
Yeah.
I trained in stage combat in college, but other than that, martial arts really wasn't a thing in my life.
Yeah, I did Kung Fu Sensei when I was younger, but not like stage combat.
It's amazing the difference between real combat and stage combat. I think we all
all
experience
realize
that.
that.
You pulling a punch is sometimes harder than actually punching something.
So are you all friends in real life? It seems like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we became like a family, so.
Barbecues over at my place, or we go bowling, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
We take turns being fathers and daughters and sisters and brothers.
Yeah.
She said family.
None of us
It's
have
unconditional.
None of us
Like
have
brothers
kids.
and sisters, like cousins, maybe.
Yeah, and cousins too. And sometimes I'm a
here.
grandpa. Okay. You know.
Thanks, Grandpa. What was it like going to not only a new show but a new country? I mean, you film a lot in New Zealand.
Yeah,
The
that was,
most beautiful.
Is the whole
Yeah, the whole thing.
that was one of the best parts of filming, is being in a different country, learning about a different culture, and just really being in that world.
New Zealand is gorgeous. It is the most
It looks
beautiful
beautiful.
country.
I didn't see one kiwi though.
I did. What?
No.
You didn't go get to see it?
Saw it at the zoo.
Oh, Google it.
Oh, it's the same thing, right?
And just can we get you to do the thing you do at the end, the warp in time?
Oh yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Give us a call. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
It's
All right.
Thank you
guys
so much
very
for
much.
that.
And that was a lot of fun. Thanks again to Nick Hotel for inviting us.
Right, and next weekend there'll be another Power Rangers weekend. They won't have the cast there, but they will have the characters. So definitely check the Nick Hotel site for information on that.
And that'll be great. I can't wait to see the characters. So hopefully we'll check it out ourselves.
Yes, that would be a lot of fun. And thanks to pixievacations.com. Definitely check them out for your next Disney vacation.
And Universal too.
Right, they specialize in both Disney and Universal.
And also our official ticket agency, Maple Leaf Tickets, the best deals on tickets in town. Check them out.
And our original sponsor, Theme Park Connection in Orlando, Florida. And again, we should probably be bringing you some of their new merchandise offerings
Very
next
soon.
week.
Very soon.
In the next couple weeks.
So that's another show. Thanks again, everybody. We will see you all next week and have a great week.
Have a great week.